Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeff. If you've been here before, again, welcome back. If this is your first time here, well, welcome in. Today we are doing another one off the request list. This is from our friend Jang Dongwoo 22, and she became a fan of the channel by watching our infinite reactions, and so she saw my absolute disgust, and I mean that in the best possible way, for Dongwoo when I did the infinite killing voice reaction. And so she requested, or he, sorry, I want to say she, but I actually don't know, so I apologize. But either way, they requested this one. This is Dongwoo solo with his track News. I think if I remember looking at this video correctly, I think it was 5 years ago that this was released. I know it was off of his album before he enlisted, so I'm curious to see what this one is. When I say I was disgusted, I mean this man is so ridiculously talented that it just makes you like, ugh, like, why? How? Why does all that talent have to reside in one person? Why couldn't I have got any? Also, sorry it's a little dark in here. Not that you probably noticed, but if you did, it's just because I forgot to turn the light on before I started recording, and now I'm too lazy to get up and go turn it on. So anyway, let's check out Dongwoo with News. That is loud.
Goodbye.
오늘 내게 네가 던진 뉴스 좀처럼 상상도 못한 뉴스 이대로 시간이 멈출 것 같아 정말 널 다 알아버렸다 정말 나 그렇게 믿었어 그런 네 뒷모습 낯설어 이대로 다 지워져만 가나 우리 시간은 그대로 다 흩어져만 가나 오늘 여기에 다 되돌릴 순 없나 그때 향기도
Very nice vocals.
사소한 기억 속에 멈춰버렸어 Don't go, don't go 널 향한 불빛 이 향기 난 여기 있어 난 여기 있어 Don't go
He's got a really nice soft falsetto too.
넌 대체 어디 있어 폰 속에 통화 목록 메모 기념일 달려 킬러리 이름이 하나인 듯이 나란히 적게 섹스레터 섭 our name 사랑을 생각한 시간과 이별을 생각한 시간이 달라 사랑한 나만 남았나봐 Hold your news
It's a very nice little quick flow there.
멈춰지지가 않아 기억 속에 너와 나 되감아지지도 않아 이대로 다 지워져만 가나 우리 시간은 그대로 다 흩어져만 가나 오늘 여기에 다 되돌릴 순 없나 그때 향기도 사소한 기억 속에 멈춰버렸어 대체 어디 있어
Very nice, very emotional song there. Honestly, this song, and by all means, obviously keep it in Korean. He's Korean. This is for Koreans. But what I was going to say is if this song were in English, this song could chart in the West today on the hip hop and the like the R&B charts. Uh, it's really nice. Obviously it's a breakup song. That's the message. But we'll pick out like more of a message when we go back and kind of do our second playthrough analysis here. But yeah, honestly, so first impression is I really enjoyed this one. This did absolutely nothing to teach me that he's not talented. He is ridiculous. He can sing better than I expected. I already knew he could sing. It's been a while since I have listened to that Killing Voice, so I don't remember all the members and I don't remember each one of their voices, but what I do remember is how I felt about Dongwoo, and I have that same impression. Now, what I'm surprised about is that there wasn't more rap in this, because at least from what I saw on Killing Voice, that's more of what he's known for. But there's a reason why he's chosen to go with vocals here, because, well, for one thing, he wants to show you like he can do more than just rap. But second off, when you're delivering an emotional song like this, rap has its place if you want to incorporate it like he did, but it's not necessary. And vocals generally, I do have to leave a little wiggle room because there are some, absolutely stellar rappers who can communicate deep emotion with their rap. But by and large, vocals, like singing, especially making yourself vulnerable with your softer voice, are going to communicate those emotions better than a rap, generally. I do have to keep saying generally, because I know there's going to be at least one super rap fan, or somebody's gonna have a bias that whether it's Western or Eastern rapper, who they're like, oh man, but you just haven't heard this person. Like, okay, we get it. But I really did like this song, and of course most of us have been through breakups, so it's also relatable too. So let's go back and listen again and see what we can pick out from the lyrics. All right, so we're starting on the scene of like emptiness in the apartment. Like the door is already open, but it's closing. Like someone has kind of like opened it, walked out, and then not fully closed it behind them. But everything inside is like empty. The chair, that desk.
Goodbye, goodbye.
And now the door closes and we get that goodbye. So from a production standpoint, already we are right on point. Of course, those are things that we'll see in the scene. So he's getting the news. Now, what I'm not sure about is this just that they're breaking up with him, that they're leaving, that they're going a different direction kind of thing? Or is this, I found someone else, or even I've cheated and I'm breaking this off kind of thing? And I'll mention a specific line I'm thinking of, and anything else that pops up that I don't remember when it comes up, as to why I think there could be an element of cheating there. But anyway, this part here, of course, talking about that, how you get that bad news, and in this case it's a breakup. But I remember at the time I was married, and I got a phone call at like, I don't know, 2:00 in the morning. No good phone calls come at like 2:00 in the morning. And it was a phone call from my mom telling me that my dad was dead. and it was like, you know, time just kind of stopped. Like you feel frozen in that moment. And so that's the same kind of feeling he's having, except not with a death, although it could be a death in the sense of the death of a relationship, but just that cold frozen moment where his world has just stopped to exist, at least temporarily. Right? And I like the acting there too, because right here, like, he's lying on the couch, he's trying to gather himself, and you can see from the acting, the facial expression and the chest like quivering with the breath, that he's like trying to hold in the, first off, his emotion, but he's also trying to maybe just not panic or not lose composure. So that line there, I really thought I knew everything about you, is one of the reasons why I think there could be an element of cheating here, from the person who left, of course. But it could just be, you know, obviously, I thought I knew everything about you. Like, I thought we were compatible. I thought we, you know, knew all the secrets and everything else, and we're fine with that, and we were in love, and we were going to last forever, all that kind of stuff. But again, it could be that element of cheating. Like, I thought I knew everything about you, but it turns out like you were doing this on the side. This was the other line I was thinking of, though. The sight of your back looks so unfamiliar. Now, from a figurative, like, artistic, lyrical standpoint, this could be, and what is likely the case, is just saying, like, I'm not used to seeing you walk away, right? Because now if they leave, you're looking at their back. Assuming you actually get the pleasure of watching them leave. I'm not going to go into my own story, but short version is I didn't even get that respect. But, so seeing the sight of her back looks so unfamiliar. Yeah, just have never seen her give up and walk out like that. Now, where I thought maybe this could have an element of cheating in the meaning was if you think of this as a physical, actual image. Meaning, okay, a lot of times, if someone is in throes of passion with their lovemaking, they may have like claw marks on their back, like from when someone was gripping them hard, or maybe they have handprints, or maybe they have, you know, hickeys or bite marks, whatever. Just some forms of physical deformation from the cheating that occurred. Again, don't know if that actually has anything to do with it, but it's what I thought of when I first heard and saw the line. And now, of course, our times together erased like this, like, just, you know, in this instant, you saying goodbye, and now everything's done. Whether there was cheating or not, she's leaving, and he's like, is this really how it is? Is this really all it takes to erase everything we've ever had? Trying to wish it could go back to the way before. And so, usually when you get some element of tragedy, you maybe not immediately, because of course you deal with the grief, but once you've moved just beyond the grief, or even when you're still in the denial stage, there is a tendency to be wrapped up in memories of things that either were pleasant or usually it's pleasant memories. But sometimes it's even like if there's a strongly visceral reaction to the news that you're having, maybe you're even remembering the bad things and you're like, good, I'm glad this happened. But in most cases, especially if you're sad about it, you're remembering the good times, the good things that happened. And so he's having all of these memories, these flashbacks, whatever, that are trivial now. They have no meaning in his life because the person's gone. And they may have even been mundane things. Like maybe he's remembering them cooking a meal together. Like, I don't know, that's an example. Point is, he's remembering little things. And of course, he's stuck in those memories because time is frozen for him, like we saw earlier. Now we're in the pleading stage, like, don't go. So we've had we're getting like the whole 5 stages of grief thing. So 5 stages of grief, if you're not familiar, DABDA, denial, acceptance, what does the B stand for? Bargaining. So that's where we're at right now. So we kind of skipped past denial almost, but we did acknowledge. Actually, acknowledge, I think, is the second one. I think acceptance is the last one. Anyway, I should brush up on this. I did go to nursing school, but anyway, the point is, you have those 5 stages, and we're at the bargaining stage when he's singing about please, like, don't go. And then you have, I forget the other, what it stands for. Whatever. You get the point, though. Look up the 5 stages of grief. Just, we're getting all of that in this song. But I also thought that this scene with him rolling the dice was interesting. Both from a, like, he's just kind of mindlessly doing this, but also, if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons or any sort of tabletop RPG, you'll notice, first off, obviously, this is a D20 amongst other die, but a 20, a natural 20, like, if it rolls the 20, that's the best possible result. If it rolls a 1, which is a natural 1, not like a sum of 1, then that's like the worst result. You automatically fail. And we're actually going to see what the die comes up with. He rolled a 1. Now, that's not on the D20, but he still rolled a 1 on this die. Now, I don't know if that has any meaning at all, or if this was a legitimately random scene and they just filmed the dice. But I did think it was interesting that at least in one of the die, he rolled a nat 1, which, of course, symbolizes that failure. That was an interesting scene, too. So we have, like, this is the couch, I guess, that they would have shared together. Maybe, cuddled up on, watch TV together, whatever. And now he's all alone here, but there's all these other different iterations of the couch or the love seat or whatever you might call it, and they're empty. And they're like all these different possibilities that were there that are going through his mind, but now she's no longer part of those possibilities, so they're all just empty. Yeah, so where are you? Like, I'm right here, don't go, but where are you? You're gone already. And then here we get, like, right after that line, pay attention to this. He's there, then he's gone, and now it's empty. And actually the freeze frame we had right here, you only see her hand, but it's almost like he's reaching out for a partner who's gone. And now this is like the inside of his mind. where he still has her and they're still dancing, like making that music of life together. But in reality, like, she's already gone. Okay, so here we've got, his anger. Oh, that's what... Why did I forget that? Anger is one of those stages of grief. Denial, anger, bargaining, the other one, and then acceptance. So he's reviewing all these things, like okay, when you're together, you've got notes about that other person. Okay, you got your anniversaries, pictures you took together. He's mentioning all of that stuff here. Under one name, the 6 letters of our name. So I'm guessing. So, okay, this could either mean that they had a couple's name. You know how, especially with celebrities, the fans will like combine their names. Like when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were together, they called them Brangelina or whatever. It's just the first example that came to my mind. The point is, I don't know if it's like that, or if he's talking 6 letters of our names because they were actually married. And of course, generally when you're married, you take the husband's last name. Now that is different in some Asian cultures, so I'm not quite sure how that works in Korea, but that's standard here in America at least. So, but for this particular lyric, I'm not sure which way that actually goes. But, and of course, he's showing you the anger stage here. He's throwing the glass, it shatters. But it shatters, it also represents them shattering. Wait, what was that line? The time spent thinking about this breakup are different. Or what did he say before that? Oh, okay, the time spent thinking about this love. So, what one of them, the breakup or the love, is getting a lot more thought process dedicated to it right now. Ooh, that was nice. I know I keep pausing a lot, but that's the whole point of this breakdown part. Listen right here. So we have the glass shatter, right? So he throws the glass, it breaks apart. And then time essentially backs up just a little bit and the glass comes back together. But production-wise, what they've done is they've reversed the music just for those couple of seconds to mimic the rewinding of time. Watch. Or listen. Hold your news. Again, the bargaining part here. Hold on. Did any of this have any meaning? I feel like the dice were actually more of a random roll, but I still think the one was pretty clever to have come up like that. But the other numbers, I don't know. Actually, that line is pretty interesting too. I can't rewind, even though we literally just had the glass shattering and a literal rewind of time in the video. He's acknowledging he can't go back and change whatever happened, but he still doesn't want her to go. Hold on. I am a cat. I was just curious what this book said. Also, can't tell what this one says. I can't tell what any of the rest of them say because they're all blurry. But I was curious if I could read any of it. So this scene right here is, or at least I think it is, it's him. So after the person's already gone, he's debating on whether to go after them or not, or go looking for them, depending on how long they've actually been gone.
넌 대체 어디 있어?
Something else, I don't know where this comes into play. It means something, but I don't know the meaning. We saw those scenes where almost everything else is gone except these filing cabinets are actually in the center and, you know, opened with papers flying. But in this scene, they're, you know, placed in the corner of the room. So I don't know why they ever got moved to the center. Not quite sure about that part. And then he's gone too, leaving us with just the emptiness that was himself, or, you know, the remnants of this relationship. It's gone. So, all right, guys, that was the reaction for Dongwoo with News. So, thank you again for the request. I appreciate you. And yeah, really enjoyed this one. If you guys have your own request, feel free to check the description for more details on how to make those, and let me know if you want one. If you want to sponsor a request and have it moved to the top of the list, there's a PayPal link, or you can subscribe to the Patreon. We do have free or paid content there, so check that out. And speaking of the list, the request queue, the spreadsheet is also in the description. All of this stuff is in the description below. But the spreadsheet link is there, so you can see what's on the request list, where things are if you've already made a request, so you can see, you know, how far down the list you might be, all that kind of stuff. So feel free to check all that information out. But thank you so much for watching this one, and take care of yourselves. See you for the next one.